on the blue carpet here at BFI IMAX with the director of The Wheel of Time, who has turned the tide of time into it being a woman's world, really. Woman director, woman's world. What was it like was that your fantasy, really?
That's, I think, was that my fantasy? I think this show was bigger than I ever dreamed of, yes, reality was bigger than my dream world, what I was hoping that I would ever be able to accomplish or would be given the opportunity to do. So I can tell you that. Yes.
Fantastic. So how different is a world when the woman is at the top?
How different is the world? I think we all profit from it, It's about duality, it's about balance, If giving women more opportunities, having women at the top, I think everybody profits from that.
Brilliant. Now, yes, you have been asked this question several times, but the two series that you will be compared with and are being directed by men. Now, this is making your mark, coming from the woman's world perspective.
Yeah.
What have you done differently, and what have you strived to do different?
Well, preparing for the show, I did not necessarily compare myself or set out to compare myself to Game of Thrones, which is its own thing, and I think I can only bring myself to any kind of show or job that I'm doing, and it speaks for itself. I'm a woman, so maybe I have a different approach, in certain areas, but I can't really speak to that because I'm not a man, so I don't know how a man would do it differently than what I did. I think, man or woman, we all try to do our best and approach these things with sensibility, So, yeah.
I think the gap is gauging between the men in the world,
Absolutely.
Isn't it?
Absolutely.
Did you feel being a woman on the set, or do you felt like a director on the set?
Absolutely. There was never a moment of not being respected or so, because I also come from several years of being a cinematographer, and I think when a crew sees that you have a clear vision and you have an understanding about what needs to happen, they happily support you.
My very last one, and I promise that, what is your fantasy? If that could be panned out, what would that be?
My fantasy is that this show does really well, and that the fans will love it and embrace it, and that it will also find an audience of people who are not familiar with the books, and hopefully they will get curious about the books and go back and read the books. I just hope my fantasy that it does really well.
Brilliant. You must have read this years and end, and I wish you all the very best. I'm very sure you'll bring a new fan base to the world of fantasy.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very, very much. The director of The Wheel of Time here on the blue carpet of IMAX BFI, who wishes more fans come to the world of fantasy that she has created, which is actually the world led by the women. Let's see how that pans out for all of us. Would that be a better one? That's for us to find out. Loveena, Tandon for India Today from IMAX, London.